After circling around a mountain, we entered a valley. Right below appeared a massive pyramid, covered in a shimmering white shell. This object could be made of metal or some kind of stone. Both sides are polished smooth. This pyramid is estimated to be approximately 300 meters tall, twice the height of the largest pyramid in Egypt. If this information is accurate, it would become the tallest pyramid ever built by humans. However, the giant white pyramid seems to hold many mysteries, as it is hardly ever mentioned in the media, especially in the West. Is there something shady that the Chinese government is deliberately hiding? About 4 miles southwest of the ancient capital Xi'an in Shaanxi Province, China. Restricted area. No one could have guessed that behind that rusted sign lay an archaeological mystery capable of shocking the scholarly world. Because this valley is home to a cluster of 16 pyramids. Among them, the most prominent is a massive pyramid, commonly known as the Great Pyramid of Xi'an. Faced with government restrictions, Western scholars and archaeologists have very few opportunities to access this sensitive area. However, upon hearing news of the Great Pyramid, some Western scholars made every effort to enter this area, hoping to witness the grandeur of that mysterious and colossal structure with their own eyes. Nevertheless, the authorities had issued a ban, so no official archaeological surveys were conducted. Therefore, accurately determining the age of the Xi'an pyramid complex is an extremely difficult task. However, some archaeologists believe these structures may have been built at least 5,000 years ago. The oldest document mentioning the presence of the pyramids in Xi'an is an ancient book currently preserved in a monastery near the Mongolian border. According to records, the Great Pyramid of Xi'an stands over 300 meters tall, while the Great Pyramid of Egypt is only 139 meters high. If this is true, wouldn't this be the tallest pyramid in the world? The evidence has been found. The giant white pyramid in China was first discovered over a century ago. In the diary entries of Frank Mayer Stroller, an American merchant and travel geographer. In 1912, while traveling with a Buddhist monk, his guide in Shaanxi Province, he saw a series of pyramids. He recounted seeing a massive pyramid surrounded by several smaller pyramids. Actually, it would have been less strange if we had found them in a desolate place. These pyramids, in a way, are clearly on display under the broad daylight. But completely unfamiliar to the Western world. He added that they were built from square stone blocks, each measuring about 90 centimeters per side. To his surprise, when Strader tried to look closely, he couldn't find the entrance at all. The second notable lawsuit involves James Gassman, an American pilot who worked in India during World War II. That day, Gassman piloted a C-47 transport plane carrying supplies to a U.S. military base in Assam State, India. When flying over the Kinling Mountains in Xi'an, suddenly a vast, tranquil valley of ice appeared before my eyes, stretching endlessly. After that, pyramids of even grander scale than those of Egypt emerged one after another. Here are 2 natural English translations based on the desired emotional intensity. He decided to take one last loop around, gazing at the pyramids before heading back to base. I circled around the mountain before heading into the valley. Right below is a massive white pyramid. This scene is just like in a fairy tale. The pyramid is draped in a pristine white shell, like a dream woven from illusions. All 4 sides are pure white. The strangest thing is the stone at the top of the tower, a massive keystone that looks as if it were carved from gemstone. I was utterly amazed by the massive scale of this construction. James Gassman is really funny. 2 years later, in 1947, Mr. Maurice Sheehan, the Far East Regional Director of HACC, flew over the Xi'an region. He also saw a massive pyramid lying beneath. Sheehan's experience was published in the New York Times on March 28. Massive pyramid mentions that these pilots spotted the structure in a remote mountainous area southwest of Xi. The article by Trichla Sheehan states that this pyramid is approximately 300 meters tall and 500 meters wide. It seems they have left the HACC pyramid. Only a single massive pyramid stands solitary in the deserted eastern region, with no trace of anything around. I can imagine the ancient grandeur of this pyramid. Who is the author of this work? What was the purpose of building it? Are there any secrets hidden inside? 2 days later, the New York Times published another photo allegedly showing this pyramid. The source of that information was none other than the American pilot, Gassman. Meanwhile, Chinese archaeologists assert that no such pyramid has ever existed. Madame Vu witnessed the independence event at 3 different times, 1912, 1945, and 1947, yet strangely, her descriptions of the Great Pyramid of Wealth were astonishingly identical. However, Chinese archaeologists firmly deny the existence of this mysterious pyramid. Some others acknowledge the existence of the structure but argue that it is not a pyramid, merely trapezoidal tombs. After that, the topic of the pyramids in China gradually faded into obscurity. It wasn't until 50 years later that the story was brought back to light. This time, the cause comes from Hartwig Hausdorff, a German researcher and explorer. After discovering the existence of pyramids in China, Hausdorff decided to visit the site to further explore these mysterious ancient structures. With the help of his local friend named Chen Jianli, Hausdorff obtained permits to enter the restricted area 3 times. Twice in March and October 1994, and once more in the summer of 1997. However, the pyramid remains a sensitive topic that makes Chinese government officials and scholars hesitant, unwilling to bring it up. When Hausdorff and his companion Peter W. Bush mark a milestone in life, we are also recording a part of our own existence. When Hausdorff and his companion Peter Krazar arrived at Hanyang, where the ancient fortress lies about 40 miles from Xi'an, they witnessed at least 16 pyramids in the area with their own eyes. However, this time, both couldn't help but be surprised to discover that all 4 sides of the pyramid were densely covered with lush green plants. The research team consulted with local residents and learned that the authorities had planted a fast-growing coniferous tree species around the sides of the pyramid. Was this action intended to conceal the pyramids by making them blend into the surrounding landscape? Although Hausdorff failed to find the Great White Pyramid, his expedition was not in vain, as it allowed him to accumulate valuable knowledge about these mysterious structures. Here, Hausdorff met Professor Wang Ziping, one of the few local scholars who was open to discussing the topic of the pyramids. Mr. Wang estimated that these pyramids date back approximately 4,500 years. He believes their layout might correspond to a certain constellation in the sky, much like the 3 Giza pyramids in Egypt mirror the constellation Orion and its associated stars. Moreover, Professor Wang emphasized that the Xi'an pyramid complex serves as clear evidence that its builders, thousands of years ago, possessed profound knowledge of geometry, mathematics, and various other scientific fields. This truly surpasses our imagination. Since then, numerous other pyramids have been discovered in China. Thanks to satellite imaging technology from above, Hausdorff estimates there are up to 100 pyramids here, including the original Great White Pyramid. Because the government prevents official research from being conducted, their existence remains little known in the West. Finally, who was it that built these grand, mysterious structures bearing so many similarities to other ancient civilizations around the world? And why would Chinese authorities deliberately conceal these findings, even though they could bring them immense pride if made public? This remains a mystery that continues to baffle archaeologists. Returning to Gossman's photo in the New York Times, the researchers remarked that this image left them quite disappointed. The pyramids were not pure white as many people imagine, nor were they topped with precious stones, and their height seemingly did not reach 300 meters. This photo is just an extra to complete the set, not actually taken by Gossman himself. Later, the photo was confirmed to be the famous mausoleum of Mao Ling, a trapezoidal royal tomb built over 2,000 years ago in imperial architectural style. So what is the true shape of the White Pyramid in China? Meanwhile, quite a few people argue that this project is merely an exaggerated story. Does the White Pyramid really exist? Many researchers have investigated both the theories and eyewitness accounts of the White Pyramid in Xi'an, but none believe it is related to Mao Ling. One reason is that sightings of the White Pyramid often occur near the Qinling Mountains, while Mao Ling is located in a flat plain, far from the sea and city, whereas according to Gaussman and Shen, the descriptions are also inconsistent. For example, Shen describes the White Pyramid as having a regular shape, while Mao Lang claims its top is broken. Did the New York Times use an image of the Ming tombs to illustrate instead of the Chinese pyramids? From then on, the possibility still remains that a real White Pyramid is out there, waiting to be discovered. Could it be that Gaussman, and Shen made a mistake in describing and estimating the size, causing the subsidiary symptoms they mentioned to actually be Mao Lang? Some believe the White Pyramid may be nestled within the rugged terrain of the Qinling Mountains, hidden among towering bare peaks and deep ravines. In reality, discovering this is very difficult. Many researchers and explorers have searched for the White Pyramid in Xi'an, but so far, no one has succeeded. According to 2000 statistics, China confirmed there are approximately 400 pyramids located in the Shaanxi area, north of Xi'an province. These ancient relics are believed to be the tombs of Chinese people from ancient times. The ancient kings and emperors of China were laid to rest in these tombs, where they wished to sleep eternally. Tourists received only a few well wishes. However, many still believe they conceal deeper motives. House Dove even claims that these structures have extraterrestrial origins. The Chinese government has provided clear and understandable explanations for not allowing anyone to enter that area. Particularly, the excessive enthusiasm of archaeologists and tourists may inadvertently damage the relic. The managers stated that they are waiting for more advanced technology to fully excavate the pyramid and uncover the treasures within it. At the same time, the mysteries surrounding the world-famous pyramids have led Western scholars to continuously speculate about the purpose and energy sources of the pyramids in China, particularly the Great Pyramid of Xi'an, as well as the astrological significance behind them. The most widespread conspiracy theory suggests that the original architects of this mysterious structure may have been aliens. Could Erich von Daniken's ancient astronaut hypothesis be applied to explain the pyramids in China? Wherever there is concealment, conspiracy theories will inevitably arise. What are your thoughts on this perspective, as well as the existence of the mysterious White Pyramid in China? Share your thoughts in the comments section below after watching the video, and don't forget to drop a like if you found it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won. Now, greetings and best wishes for a wonderful day from the Vin Kin Film Crew.